Hello, this is going to be part 2 of my pointless hobbies video. Part 1 obviously I did about the knives and you can see in the background was some torches, which is what we have here. I used to use them a lot in an old job I used to be in, which some will be familiar with, when I was on shift, but mainly it's for walking the dog late at night and such, and going camping and fishing. It's always handy to have around the house as well. You never know when you need a light, but I do use them a lot for on the PCs, computers, and work in small spaces and such like that. Always handy to have around. Why you need this many, I don't know, and I've got a few others that aren't here. But I know of a few people that are a lot worse off than me for collecting them, so just bear with us. First off, ITP light. Superb light in stainless steel. As you can see, very small, like a Maglite solitaire basically, runs off 1AA. However, this will absolutely put it to shame with the R5 LED I believe it's got in it. 3 modes: twisty head, low, you've got a medium, and you've got a high, which I believe is about 96 lumens or so. Absolutely put the Maglite solitaire or things of that sort, the small keyring lights that you normally find, to shame. Brilliant little light, little crab claw clip on it, nice and small, nice and light, feels like it'll certainly last a long while. Little tritium keyring on it as well, so you can find it in the dark. That'll keep glowing for about 12 years or so. And a little Gerber curve, which again, same as the other Gerber tool I had, locks a little knife and some other few tools on there, which is handy, and a bottle opener. Nice little set to keep in your pocket with your keys, ideal. Second one, Zebra light, H51 I believe this is, could be wrong. Had this one a long time now, single AA battery. Obviously different to normal flashlights with its angle, but it comes with a headband which you can sit in sideways like that, and you can adjust it. Very floody beam, perfect as a headlight. I take this camping with me and it is fantastic. Obviously you click on the top, it's got a low, it's got medium and a high. Much brighter, about 200 lumens on this one from 1AA, but each mode has got 2 separate modes if you double click. So if it's got a strobe set on this one, signalling light, or you've got it as high, and each setting has got 2 sub-settings. It is a superb light for what it is, and obviously to use the different angles, very easy to use, very practical. Third one I usually keep in a pocket, Incendio V3U. This is upgraded version, the new one. Obviously this one, I think the rate is 300 plus lumens. I don't think it is that much, but it is certainly brighter. This uses a CR123, slightly chunkier than the AA, but a bit not as long. Nice knurling on it, very grippy, useful pocket clip, very easy to grip. And this one you just tap it for the different modes. It's got 4 modes, 3 normal and a turbo. Very handy light, and it glows on the end as well, so you can find it once you've used it. Fourth one, Nightcore D11. Love this light. Used to take it with me everywhere camping. Dropped it numerous times. It's got the usual standards of waterproofness and shockproof that most of these have, to be honest, and your more expensive lights. Tritium slot on the end, even though I haven't got one in it at the moment. It can tail stand, but these ones you click on and it's got a piston drive in the end. Steel barrel that runs the entire length of the light. It's like a piston. That's where it gets a name from, obviously, and you click it in and it's on. If you hold it, it'll ramp down to its lowest. Hold it in again and it'll ramp up. So it's basically just a dimming switch, but very practical in use, so you can get the exact light level you want very handy for working in things. Obviously you don't want a full brightness blinding you when you try to use it up close, so you just dim it down to whatever you need. Very useful. And if you hold it when it's off, flash there, tactical lock, so you can't turn it on again, so it won't come on accidentally in your pocket, and you just click 3 times to get out of that. Very useful. I have got another Nightcore EX11, which is the CR123 version of this, which is a AA, if I didn't mention. I think they are brilliant, but the EX11 I did have a bad version because their quality control can be iffy sometimes. So I know a few people have had some ones that haven't worked as they should have. Mine didn't, but I had it replaced free of charge, and it works fine. And that's one I've actually got at work in my pocket at the moment, which is why it's in here. But superb lights for what they are. More readily available one, which I've had forever, the old LED lenser P7. I take that back, sorry, this isn't the P7, this is the Police Tech Focus. They are really good lights, I have to admit. Compared now, I've got some of these other types, it doesn't compare at all, but you can twist the head for a focusable light, more like the old mag lights. 3 AAAs. It is a good size, but it's a bit too big and heavy and not as bright as some of these smaller ones are, so I don't really use it anymore, to be honest, but it's still been a good light. This one is it's more of an All-Light Warrior type copy. It's not the actual All-Light, but it's still a very good thrower. I've got a strobe at the moment. Obviously got your different modes of clipping, but this one, very tight hot spot, a lot of throw in it, big reflector in there, and it's a solid light, very substantial, grippy, for what I paid for it, which I won't mention here where I got it from, but it takes an 18650 battery, and when we used it out in the forest, it's got a hell of a throw on it. It is very, very useful out in distance, not very good for close-up work or normal day carry, but out and about, really good for what it was. Obviously the original Maglite 2D with the LED in it, or the LED upgrade at the time. It's a lot outdated now, but a lot of people will recognise them. They're more for more of a weapon than actually for a torch. You're not going to carry that around in your pocket, but I did used to take it out with me. Last but not least in here, because I've keep these in the old Pelican cases, which are, the cases are, well, they say they're virtually indestructible, crush proof, waterproof, dust proof, little helium release valve on here, so if you take them anywhere, if you know, flying and such, any pressure build up on the case, it's released through there. And this is what I usually take with me camping or anywhere in my bag, to be honest, because you've got normal just multi-tool here, which is basically just all your Allen keys and your screwdrivers. I always take it in my bag with me for out cycling or anything. Always come in handy, you never know when you might need it. The small peanut lighter, just for you never know when you might need a lighter, to be honest, because people always seem to want one every now and again. 2 CR123 batteries, and my favourite, old HGS rotary from Henry in the USA. I had this one, I bought this one, the last in the UK actually. HGS rotary lights are probably up there with pretty much the best lights you can readily get hold of that are still produced that you can buy. Absolutely superb lights. A lot of people will agree. They are very, very sturdily made, very thick aluminium bodies on them, very thick lenses, made by a bloke called Henry over in the USA, and they are made very, very well. Again, this one has a soft tactical button on the end, perfect grip on it, perfect size, single one CR123 battery in it, or the rechargeables. It has a tactical lock on it as well, which you usually leave it on. Just triple click and it'll come out. Double click for a strobe. Triple click for a signal. And you can press and hold for maximum brightness, which is, they say about 200 lumens, but this is actually 200 lumens. He doesn't overstate his lights just for advertising. These are really superb lights, which are, again, like people say, like the cases almost. will just keep going. But the one on this, it has obviously a rotary control, which is why it's called a rotary. On the back you've got a little dial that you just twist, and you can adjust the brightness while it's in your hand. Infinitely variable. You can even twist it while it's off, and when you turn it on, it'll come on whatever you lead it. Very, very, very cool light. Bit expensive, but if you're into collecting stuff and you can afford it, why not get the best that you want? Why not? And then this one, I've got some more of my newer lights. Another zebra light, SC600W. This is a single 18650. Really small for an 18650 light, but really, really bright. And it's neutral, so it's going to give you a better colour rendition than the other lights, and it's easier on the eye. Again, you've got the different levels that you can double click and adjust slightly with brightness. Superb light that these are. I haven't had this one long. Very nice grip, very nice feel in the hand. Top button as a traditional type light. Very, very useful at taking out walking the dog. The flood on it is light up absolutely everything around you, and still a good throw on it. Superb light that this one is. Very, very useful. And last but not least is my Armitech Predator. Fairly new company. If you look them up, they're I believe it's in Canada that they originated. But these are more kind of weapon mounted lights and hunting and such. Quite a deep long reflector in it. But these are tactical switch on the bottom. They're just absolutely solid. If you look at some of the videos when people they've shot these at close range, dropped them off balconies, run over them, threw them in the river. These just keep on going. Strange material on the outside that they coat it with. It's not like a normal knurling like on these. It's but it is surprisingly grippy, and even with gloves on, it's a good grip. Very throwy light. Good to have out with you. These ones though, you have to twist the head. You untwist it and it goes brighter, even on a low, and then you twist it to the opposite side and you've got a signal which will only flash once every 20 or 30 seconds or so. Twist it off again and you've got your SOS. Twist it off and on again, and a very disorientating strobe, and it would just turn it all the way back to the other side. You go back to your normal modes. You just keep twisting either left or right for the different types, and then just your usual tactical on off on the side. But these I have dropped a few times and been absolutely fine. Really, really good light for taking out with you. And if anything, this is a case I take camping with me again in a Pelican case. Not going to get knocked around in my bag, pretty much indestructible, keep it watertight. And when you need to go camping, you've got an up close floodlight and a good throw light. And that's it. Video number 2 of my pointless hobbies. I wonder what anyone else collects or does out there in the spare time.